In every human heart, there is a shadow, a quiet feeling that creeps in when someone else rises, when someone else shines, when someone else has what you don't. At first, it whispers, "Why not me?" And if you're honest, that whisper is normal. But when that whisper is fed, when it is entertained, when it is allowed to grow, it transforms into something darker, into jealousy. And jealousy is not just a feeling, it is a force that can blind the mind, poison the heart, and turn a person against everything they once respected. Today's story is about that force and how, if left unchecked, it doesn't just destroy one life, it can echo through generations. Today's story is about jealousy and how it can make people act carelessly. Envy, in its purest form, can be a mirror. It can push you to reflect, to grow, to ask yourself hard questions about where you stand and where you want to be. But when envy is not controlled, it begins to rot. It transforms into jealousy, and jealousy does not inspire growth. It corrupts. It clouds judgment. It pollutes a person's ability to reason. Instead of thinking, "How can I build what they have?" the mind begins to ask, "How can I take it away from them?" That is the turning point. That is where the soul begins to erode, because jealousy is not satisfied with self-improvement. It seeks destruction. It pushes people to act without thought, without conscience, without restraint. And sometimes, the damage it causes does not end in a single moment. It lingers. It spreads. It leaves scars that can be carried by generations that had nothing to do with the original wound. Because when harm is born from jealousy, it really dies quietly. Welcome to my channel, fellow whisperers. Here, I bring you tales of shadows, spirit, and things better left unseen. If you listen closely to the silence, you might catch the right whisper, and if you do, you will know you are at the right place. I dare you to like, subscribe, and step just a little closer to hear a whisper, or maybe become one. There was once a warrior, a powerful warrior named Vita. He was undefeated in battle. Time and time again, he led his kingdom to victory, expanding its borders, strengthening its power, and ultimately making his king an emperor. Vita was feared by many, but he was also admired, respected, even loved and adored, because beyond his strength, he was a protector, a man people felt safe around. His loyalty to the emperor was unquestionable, and in return, the emperor honored him greatly. So much so that he allowed Vita to walk beside him, not behind him. And then, the emperor gave him the greatest honor of all, an untouched woman amongst his slaves, the one he loved the most. He gave her to Vita as his wife. Vita already had two wives, both from royalty families, and all three of them adored him deeply. Their loyalty to him was unquestionable. And he, in return, was proud of them. He would walk through the community with confidence, his wives beside him, not as possessions, but as symbols of his success, his strength, and his legacy. But this kind of presence, this kind of glory, attracts something dangerous: jealousy. Among those watching from the shadows was the emperor's younger brother, Zuma. Zuma believed that everything Vita had should have been his. After all, was he not of a royal blood? Had he not been born into power? And yet, everything he desired belonged to another man. Zuma had long desired that emperor's slave. He had already claimed her in his heart, but Vita took her, and from that moment, something inside Zuma began to rot. With every victory Vita won, with every praise he received, with every step he took beside the emperor, Zuma's hatred grew, slowly, deeply, irreversibly. It is not fair, he thought. Why should Vita have everything? He does not deserve it. And so, Zuma made a decision. If he could not have what Vita had, then Vita would have nothing at all, not even his life. Not even his children would live to see another day. Driven by jealousy, Zuma sought out a powerful sorceress, not just any sorceress, but one whose power was feared across lands, Kiyama. Her magic never failed, but her origins were a mystery. Kiyama came from a hidden village of sorcerers. Long ago, Zuma's father, the former king, had captured them after a brutal war. They were enslaved, tortured, used. Kiyama was only 16 years when she was taken. She endured pain no one should ever experience. And when they arrived at the palace, the king chose her for himself, using her not only for her power, but for his own desires. But Kiyama was not weak. She was patient, and she was strategic. She made a deal with the king, a dangerous one. "If I give you a child," she told him, "a child born of sorcery and royalty, your empire will never fall. You will win every battle. You will become unstoppable." But in return, she demanded her freedom and his protection. The king agreed. And Kiyama gave birth to a child, a warrior. From the moment that child entered the world, everything changed. The kingdom flourished. Battles were won effortlessly. The empire expanded beyond imagination. It became unconquerable. That child was Vita. The king kept his promise, but only in secret. Only he and his queen knew the truth. And when he died, he took that secret with him, because a king who abuses women is not remembered as a true king. Kiyama disappeared, returning to the shadows, watching from afar, protecting her son. The very empire that thrived was built on her sacrifice. And Vita knew nothing. He believed he was just another warrior, offered to serve the king. He did not know that he carried royal blood, that he was not just a warrior, but the rightful heir to the throne, the first son of the king. And now, a jealous man has made a deal with the past. A mother who was wronged has been given the chance for revenge, and a warrior is about to face a truth that could destroy everything that he knew and everything that he believed in. Let's wait for part 2 and see what happened to Vita. Post your views on the comment section and we shall meet in the next session. Goodbye, Whisperers!